In the heart of West Africa, in a bustling city where ambition roared louder than the traffic, lived a young man named Kelechi, known by everyone as K. K was talented, stubborn, and hungry for a future that seemed forever one step ahead of him. He always said, "I am halfway to tomorrow," a line people laughed at, thinking it was just another of his dramatic sayings. But for K, it was a promise to himself that no matter how lost he felt, a better day was always just beyond the horizon. K worked as a junior media producer for a fast-growing digital news company called Pulsewave Africa. The company had a reputation for exposing scandals, shaking governments, and stirring controversies that trended across the continent. K's dream was to become the company's top investigative journalist. But dreams, in his world, came with a price. One evening, K stumbled on a folder mistakenly left on the company's shared drive. It contained confidential evidence for an upcoming expose on a billionaire philanthropist named Madame Amara, one of the continent's most adored figures. She ran orphanages, funded scholarships, built hospitals, and apparently laundered millions through them. If the evidence was true, it would be the biggest scandal Africa had seen in years. Here was K's opportunity. If he could break the story first, he'd become a star overnight, against better judgment. Against every whisper of caution in his spirit, he copied the files. That night, his phone pinged with a message from an unknown number. "You're halfway to tomorrow. Don't take the wrong step today." K ignored it. He believed someone in the office noticed him snooping, but he pushed the fear aside. This was his chance. The next morning, chaos erupted. The files had leaked online, every document, every recording, every bank trail. But here was the twist. The digital watermark embedded in them showed K's laptop ID. Within hours, he became the #1 suspect in a massive corporate breach. Pulsewave suspended him. Madame Amara's legal team threatened to drag him to court. His parents were ashamed. His pastor called, asking if the rumors were true. His friends ghosted him. K insisted he wasn't the one who leaked anything, not to the company, not to the police, not even to his reflection in the mirror. But almost no one believed him. Broken, K fled to his grandmother's village in eastern Nigeria, a quiet place where time moved slowly and secrets rarely stayed buried. His grandmother, Mommy Ego, didn't ask questions. She simply fed him, prayed for him, and told him that a person who falls is not finished, only a person who refuses to rise again. Weeks turned into months. K found peace, but not answers. Until one hot Wednesday afternoon, a black SUV rolled into the village. A woman stepped out, Pulsewave's head of cybersecurity, Lindo, a brilliant South African tech analyst who had always admired K's creativity. She came with shocking news. The real leak was orchestrated internally by the CEO himself. He had planned to tank the company's stock secretly by controlling shares at a low price and come out richer than ever. He used K as a scapegoat because K was ambitious, naive, and expendable, but the scandal spiraled beyond his control, and he fled the country. Lindo had proof of everything, including security footage showing a masked figure plugging a device into K's workstation minutes before the leak. The figure's height, walk, and timing matched only one person, the CEO. K felt anger rising in him like a tide, but Lindo wasn't finished. "Kate," she said quietly, "I also found something else. Madame Amara isn't innocent either." This time, K's heart dropped. All the public sympathy Madame Amara gained after the leak, the tears, the press conferences, the charity rallies, was a performance. She was laundering money, and the CEO made a deal with her to bury evidence together. But she double-crossed him, leaked part of the files, framed K, and used the scandal to gain more public loyalty before an upcoming political campaign. K was stunned. The two most powerful people in the story were not enemies, they were partners in corruption, using him as the fall guy. Lindo turned to him. "K, this isn't just about clearing your name. This is about taking down two giants." For the first time in months, K felt tomorrow pulling him forward again. Together, they crafted a plan. K would record a full-length expose telling his side of the story, backed with Lindo's evidence, they would release it on an independent African media platform known for protecting whistleblowers. But Linda warned him, once this goes out, there's no going back. Kay swallowed hard, fear trembled inside him, but something strong arose faith. The expose launched at midnight. It exploded across the internet like wildfire. Kay's calm voice narrated the betrayal, the corruption, the manipulation. He ended the video with the words, I was halfway to tomorrow when I fell. But falling is not failure. Staying down is, by morning. Both Madame Amara and the CEO were trending worldwide. Authorities launched investigations. Newsrooms went crazy. Kay's name was cleared. And Pulsewave begged him to return not as a junior producer, but as head investigative reporter. And then came the final twist. Kay declined. He chose instead to start his own channel, a platform dedicated to exposing truth across Africa without fear or bribery. Within weeks, he gained millions of subscribers, becoming a voice for the voiceless. One evening, Mama Ego called him, my son, she said proudly. Tomorrow finally came for you. Kay laughed, tears in his eyes. Mama, tomorrow is just the beginning. And so, halfway to tomorrow, Kay found his destiny not in fame, not in revenge, but in rising again when the world thought he was finished.